right, so let's see what happens when we take gameplay director Mike Wang and mix him up with Agent Zero. Check it out. I bet you're all wondering the same thing. What is NBA 2K21 all about, both current gen and next gen?
So we're going directly to the developers to ask.
Gameplay director Mike Wang joins us.
We are, well, great attitude. His work inside, a big part of it, DA. Thanks. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Bulls. It's been a rough season for them. The good news is the lottery is only a couple months away. And checking out Cleveland, down 4 spots from there.
And, you know, for the Bulls, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
All talk, no walk. Simple as that. They just don't match up with the better teams in the NBA.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Markkanen and Carter are up front, and it's White in at the point guard position. And for the Cavaliers, Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt, and it's Drummond in at the 5 spot.
And you think back to LeBron's last year in Cleveland, one wonders how differently it may have turned out if Kyrie was there with him.
Well, you think back, Greg, Isaiah Thomas was never healthy. He had been a recent All-Star with another team. They were counting on his quickness and his scoring, but through it all, the Cavaliers reached the NBA Finals. Just another testament to the talent and the leadership that LeBron gives you.
It's stolen by Carter. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. He's looking for Levine and finds him. Out to White. From the stripe. Here's Carter. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And there's Love. That's good on the assist by Garland.
See, I like when Kevin Love goes to his high percentage game on the interior. He has the size, he has the touch.
White, good.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now, here's Sexton. 26 points for him last game against the Bulls in Chicago. They get it back. Moves back up. And it's Drummond missing.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Levine. That one doesn't go. And Cleveland will come the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, tough environment. They were right there, but just missed some key shots.
You know what? Playing on the road is always challenging. It requires a level of energy and focus. You've got to match what the home team gives you, and they didn't do it.
Here's Levine. After the made shot from Andre Drummond. White the pass to Carter. And he's good on the 3 ball. Carter's got 9 points. Doris, if you were going to build a team around one player, who would that player be?
Well, I think because of his age and continued growth opportunity, I would probably say Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's playing at an MVP level. He's still got another decade where he's probably in the peak range of his playing capabilities. And the reality is Giannis still has so much growing to do. He's a force at the rim. He continues to build that three-point game. And Kev, once he gets that in-between game, he will be unguardable.
Can't argue with that at all. Left side, Markkanen. Back to Porter. Right side, White. Pass to Carter. And then Carter with the dunk.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Inside, and Drummond throws it down.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
With the pass. Levine inside the three-point line. Love grabs the board. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Here's Sexton. They get the rebound. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Zach LaVine. He's been more than solid over the last month, averaging about 27 points per, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. And he brings it for them every game on the offensive end.
Well, I think you can tell he relishes this role, being the catalyst on the offensive end, night in and night out.
Now, Satoransky, after Colin Sexton's three-pointer that didn't go. We've got 28 seconds left here in the first quarter. Young against Thompson. And the shot goes down.
Yeah, Thompson just so focused. Even with the defense in his face, he still has the poise to be able to knock down shots.
Here's Satoransky now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. Outside Porter. The pass to Thompson. Back to Porter. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson, a very good passer for a player in his position. Knows where everyone is heading.
And we'll be right back after this. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
You know, I like the confidence that they've shown here early on.
They're working together so well, and there's a level of certainty that comes from trusting one another.
And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Cleveland, Nance and Thompson are up front. Porter is out there with Garland. And it's Windler in at the 3, the small forward. They get it back. Cleveland moving the ball around. Just 5 to shoot. Nance finds Porter. Cleveland the rebound. Here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
Yeah, I think the activity level that Tristan Thompson plays with on missed shots is something every NBA player can learn from.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, there's not a lot of NBA players who come from Finland. Now there's Lauri Markkanen. Before him, there was Hanno Matala, who was actually Lauri's high school coach. Markkanen is soft-spoken and family-focused, but he says everything starts from basketball. All the decisions I make are based on if it helps me on the basketball court. Kevin?
Terrific attitude. David, thanks. Chicago with the ball after the Cavaliers pick up 3. Dunn passes to Hutchison. No good on the 3. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Outside Porter. Now, here's Garland. Dunn covering. Dishes to Garland. Jacks up a 3. Connects from three-point range. Garland's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Guys, what you love about Tristan Thompson, he never lets up off the offensive glass. He is thirsty for offensive boards.
Young. Will it go? And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against Cleveland. And the rebound rate steadily climbing for Tristan Thompson, Doris, in recent seasons.
Yeah, so much so, Kevin, that he set a career high back in 2018-19. You think about over the last 4 years, he has averaged more rebounds than points.
And the Bulls making a change here. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Young. Valentine comes in for Chandler Hutchison. Shaquille Harrison, he's checked in for Satoransky. And it's White in for Chris Dunn. Now, here's Valentine. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Orlando. Fournette, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Here's Thompson. There's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game.
And what about the strength from Thompson there? Go up, take the hit, still convert the play. Nice.
Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Chicago. That free throw good from Thompson.
Well, not an easy act to follow if you're Cedi Osman, right? You are taking over for LeBron James, one of the greats in the game, but I love his confidence.
Here's Carter, and that one hits back iron. The Cavaliers leading by 9. Down low, here's Porter. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. And the 31st pick back in 2015, Osman, a do-it-all energy type of player, Doris.
Yeah, he was one of LeBron's favorite teammates when he led the Cavs. They trained together all summer. No better role model for Cedi than perhaps the best player in NBA history.
There's 1:26 left in the first half of the game. Pass to Drummond. Back to Sexton. And Sexton slams it in.
Colin Sexton, early in his career, has demonstrated great instincts in the pick and roll. Good decision making.
Outside, White. Markkanen kicks to White. Back to Markkanen. 5 on the clock. And he makes good on the layup.
Look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block. It imposes his will.
Porter looking it over. To the inside. Passes to Drummond. Here's Osman. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Right at the free throw line. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Harrison. And Porter, here we go. And there it is for him. Porter's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, that's an example of using both vision and playmaking ability to find the open teammate. Sexton is a quality floor general.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Bulls have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Here's Nance. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers heading. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. Follow it.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a 1-point game at the end of one. And that does it for our...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. A fantastic game from Wendell Carter in this one.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And tipping off the second half, here's Jim Boylan's 5. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. And it's Carter in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Here's Levine, and Levine with the slam.
Body control, flair for the dramatic. Levine in style.
Here's Garland. Here's Drummond. Here's Osman. Pass to Garland. Now, here's Sexton. He's guarded closely. Love finds Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Well, Kevin Love just has a great feel for the game. He has a strong understanding of their offense, and he's a very willing passer. That's why you see what you see there.
Levine looking around. That one falls. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three, he might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building three. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Wendell Carter. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Markkanen, and Satoransky subbed in for White.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
The Cavaliers leading by 5. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. From the wing, Satoransky grabs the miss.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Moving it up. Drummond dishes to Love. And here's Sexton. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Shoots over Satoransky. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And we get a break in the action. Let's check out the leaders in steals. Second is Chris Dunn. Third is Andre Drummond.
When you've got those two guys out there, both with such quick hands, one hiccup by a ball handler, and they're off to the races.
And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Some changes for Chicago. Young's checked in for Porter. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Zach LaVine. Harrison passes to Satoransky. Drills it from outside. Satoransky's got 5 points so far.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Now here's Porter. Guarded close. And Young comes over to help. Nance. And the pass to Garland. And a wide open look for Porter. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Chicago trailing here. Here's Harrison, and he hits it to tie the game up. Harrison's got his second bucket of the night.
So how about the Cavaliers head coach John Beilein making his NBA debut after 27 seasons as a college basketball coach? Think back to his time at Michigan, the first back-to-back 30-win seasons in school history. This is an excellent hire for Cleveland.
And Thomas Satoransky gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Chicago. Chris Dunn comes in for Satoransky. Dunn left side. Pass to Harrison for the lead. Nance with the rebound. Nance has got his 4th rebound in this one. And Doris, isn't it interesting? Coach John Beilein has never, at any level, been an assistant coach.
No, but he has made his way through the ranks, going from high school to junior college, Division III, Division II, and then right up through the ranks of Division I. So he now makes the final leap to the NBA. How cool is that, Kev?
Now done. Here's Harrison. He averages about 5 points a game. Here's Hutchison. It's good. Hutchinson's got it all tied up now for Chicago.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Cavaliers shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here.
Shooting one. Now into the lineup for the Bulls.
Shoots the 3. Cleveland the rebound.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard, gets them another possession, and allows them to run even more clock.
Here's Nance, And the last-second attempt doesn't fall. It's a tie game here in Cleveland. And we're just... And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Nance and Thompson are up front. Then there's Garland. Then it's Porter. And it's Windler in at the two-guard spot. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Knocks it loose. And so here's Cleveland. On the wing, Porter. Nance against Markkanen. Here's Porter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The first free throw is good. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Chicago. Dean comes in for Chris Dunn. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Bulls. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. That shot, no good. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Osman, the pass to Nance. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Chicago. On Saturday, they're off to Miami to face off with the Heat. Then on Sunday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
Out to Nance. Plenty of space. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Nance has got his first basket.
Larry Nance Jr. in a catch-and-shoot situation. That's not easy to guard.
On the wing, Porter to take the lead. Sinks the triple. And the Bulls lead by 1.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Nance outside. Pass to Osman. Now here's Sexton. 6 on the shot clock. And Porter, here we go. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Levine finds Carter. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Drummond's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Nance. Up and in on the layup. And now it's a 3-point Cavalier lead.
Boy, if you will let Larry Nance Jr. carve out that kind of space, turn the lights out.
Levine dishes to Markkanen. The layup missed. Cavaliers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And Porter, here we go. To the middle. Now here's Drummond. Over Carter. Dean with the rebound. And here comes one. Leading the fast break. Up top, Markkanen. Outside, Levine. From 13. That one a little long. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Here's Nance. Drummond trying to get himself free. The shot's good from Nance. Nance has got 6 in the quarter.
My goodness. Larry Nance, I see you. That's big time.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. He drops the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. A different look now for Cleveland. Love comes in for Nance, and it's Garland in for Porter.
Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
Love kicks to Sexton. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Garland, the pass to Love. Good on the bucket. And the Cavaliers lead by 5.
Man, this is why they feed the ball to Kevin Love in these circumstances. He's so comfortable making big-time shots.
Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
Levine delivery in a big moment. What a game we've got.
To the left wing. Drummond in the post. Defended by Carter. And it's Drummond missing.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Yes! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment. How does Kevin Love slip away from the defense, comes up with a gigantic fourth-quarter score?
Outside Levine. Count it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Big shot with time winding down. Clutch move by Levine.
There's 37 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. There's Sexton. Got it!
Well, Sexton might be young, but he is unafraid and unabashed. What a play.
Points are an absolute must here.
And no time to waste, Greg. Not at this point in the game. There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on. And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
And so White will bring it up for Chicago. Now here's Levine. Defended by Sexton. And it's Love penetrating. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined. So it's a narrow win for the Cavaliers.
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Here on 2K TV. Mike, how are you?
Hey, it's great to see you guys.
How has development been staying at home during this tough period?
Oh man, it's been a whirlwind. I mean, I think at first it was a little bit rocky. We're all trying to learn the ropes, and over time it's gotten smoother and smoother, and now we're pretty much 100% efficiency, and we're going strong.
We're so excited to have you back on the show, as always. But Mike,
what a wonderful view of the light. And here's a look at some numbers for Sexton.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. Sexton and Osman on the perimeter. Andre Drummond is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Garland in at the point. And for the Heat, Adebayo is out there with Jones. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson. And it's Nunn in at the point guard.
Well, Bam at 6'10" might be a little bit undersized, but there's something in his activity on a nightly basis, Kevin, that feels like he plays bigger. Just a pogo stick, gets around, covers some ground laterally, and does a great job of both protecting the rim and finishing strong.
Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Cleveland with the ball. Pass to Sexton. Here's Osman, defended by Butler. Osman, the pass to Drummond. It's tipped. 4 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. And Love throws it down.
Yeah, strength and attitude there on the glass shown by Kevin Love.
Outside Butler. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And with Adebayo in finishing plays, Brent, he is a terrific dunker.
No doubt. Guys are looking for him all over the rim, and you could throw it just about anywhere, and Bam is going to go up and just look for that. Bam right on you. Great energy, great athleticism, and continues to find ways in which he can make solid offensive contributions for the Heat.
Now, here's Sexton. 26 points for him last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
And here is Butler, following Colin Sexton's 3. And there's the pass to Jones. Clock at 6. Good on the 3-point shot.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
Now here's Love. 17 points for him last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin, you got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
Here's Drummond out to the right wing. Pass to Sexton. Out left to the wing. It's tipped to the inside. Oh, and here comes Robinson all alone. And it's Butler missing. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
You think about the Cavs and the 2 MVP awards that were won for that franchise. Of course, that was LeBron James in back-to-back seasons, both in 2009 and 2010.
And finds Love. Here's Garland, defended by Jones. And there's Garland. That's good on the assist by Love. Garland's got his second bucket of the night.
Love has a knack for recognizing when a teammate's going to break wide open.
And then in 2013 with Miami, LeBron Brent finished 1 ballot shy, burning all the MVP votes.
We wouldn't see a unanimous MVP winner until Steph Curry did it in 2016. But just as impressive, if not more so, LeBron James with a total of 4 MVP trophies over a 5-year span.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter, and it's Butler missing. The Cavaliers on offense. They're on a 14-5 run. Love kicks to Osman. Love. It's Adebayo with the rebound. The Heat trail by 7. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Outside Robinson. Passes it to Jones. Shoots over Garland. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. For the Heat, their last game a loss to the Hornets. Pass to Drummond. Cleveland moving the ball around. And here is Garland. He's got 5. That shot off.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Here's Sexton. And that one released in time, but no good. And that does it for the first quarter. Cleveland ahead. They're up by 5. And we'll get things started in the second. Jimmy Butler, a hard worker on the floor and off the court.
I worked extremely hard.
A boombox aquarium, huh? Points for originality, Greg.
Butler, not shy, breaking from convention, beats to the rhythm of his own drum.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Volanos. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Cleveland, Nance and Thompson are up front. Then there's Garland. Then it's Porter. And it's Windler in at the 2-guard spot. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. Hero. A three-pointer off the mark. Cleveland leading by 9. And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
Nance against Dragic, and Cleveland turns it over again. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Drummond.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Each year, so many coaching changes. Brent, do you feel they generally get too much blame when things go wrong?
I don't know if blame is the word, Kevin. That's just the easy out for a lot of organizations that want to make some changes. The main thing that's frustrating, I think, for the coaching fraternity is patience. You have to be realistic about the potential of your team and how much time it takes to grow what it is that coach's culture is all about. That's where teams sometimes lose out and give up on somebody a little bit early.
But these guys don't, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
Here's Windler. And the 3 off target. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. 9-point game. Here's Hill. Olenek the pass to Robinson. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, Kevin. That's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the deep.
Hill looking around. Stolen by Thompson. One-on-one fast break. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Well, you look at the career of Dragic, Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
So both teams making some changes here.
Cleveland foul call. That's his first personal foul.
And Bam Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Butler. Love grabs the board. Love's got his 4th rebound in this one. Drummond up top. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Windler's shot is off. The Heat trail by 13. And here we go. It's Butler. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
The shot by Sexton, no good. Miami's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And he comes up with the deuce.
And Butler loves getting close to the basket. Once he's down low, he uses that strength and quick release to get shots off.
Osman kicks to Sexton. Love outside. Offensive rebound.
And Kevin, they dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Nunn. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Charlotte. Osman, the pass to Windler. Drills the three-pointer. Windler's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Cavs. Butler on the wing. So as we conclude the first half, thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break or third.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with kick. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period. Thanks for joining.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Darius Garland. Guys, what a contribution.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
They've got Robinson. Jones is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Nunn in at the 1. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. Garland, no good. The Heat trail by 16. Here's Jones. Banked in off the glass. Jones has got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Heat. Cavaliers shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor.
And for the Cavs, their #1 goal is to identify a young superstar to build around.
Yeah, they've had a nice collection here of guys that they hope step up and step out. Cleveland's only 2 Rookie of the Year award winners have been LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. Franchise changers hard to find.
Robinson finds Adebayo. Back to Butler. Outside Robinson. No good with the triple. A 3-ball. Butler, no good.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's Garland. Off target from 3-point range. The Heat trail by 16. Robinson kicks to Butler. And it's Osman with the rebound.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Back to Drummond. The pass to Sexton. Inside. And Drummond throws it down.
Willingness to share the ball. Sexton can score and is hungry to do so. You got to keep your teammates happy.
Left side, Butler. Puts up a three. Butler missing again.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And it's Osman missing. Miami's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Jones. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Derek Jones gets talked about a lot in terms of his dunking prowess and the way that he can get up in the air and maybe make a poster and a memory in the flash of an eye. But beyond the dunks, he's done a good job of really improving his game since coming into the league in 2016.
Hey, Brent, for Derek Jones, he saw the floor a good amount in his first full season with the Miami Heat.
Derek Jones is somebody that the Miami Heat continue to explore, and I guess if you're within that organization in Miami for a number of seasons, they like something about your competitive spirit, and that's where Derek Jones has probably found a home here in Miami.
Pass to Iguodala.
It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for the Heat.
Cavaliers foul. Win. That's his first personal foul. Substitution for
1:58 left in the third quarter. Up top, Dragic. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. And Leonard stays with it.
I feel like when Myers Leonard plays significant minutes, he can get himself into the rhythm of the game. That's when a lot of his better offensive rebounding games come.
There's Garland. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Here's Iguodala, and no good. Trying to use the glass.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Thompson. It's hauled in by the Heat. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home. Yes, that goes in. Iguodala's got his second basket of the night.
Good high release that time from Andre Iguodala, easily getting the shot over the defense.
Here's Windler, cans it from downtown. And the Cavaliers lead by 20.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Count that one.
Terrific patience around the paint area from Dragic there. Calmly knocks one down from the interior.
Porter looking it over. Nance dishes to Porter. There's Garland. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Hard for opposing teams to box out Nance because of all the activity that Larry Nance Jr. has. Plays alive on every possession.
Here's Hero. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the shot goes down. Over to the wing. Passes it to Garland. And Thompson kicks to Garland. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, Larry Nance Jr. has great timing, but he also has a great hang. So put that ball anywhere. He knows what to do with it.
And so it's Cleveland closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. There. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this way?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Nance and Thompson are up front. Sexton is out there with Porter. And it's Windler in at the 3 spot.
they've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Pass to Sexton. Lets it go from deep. Buries the long-range jumper. Sexton's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Cavs. Iguodala outside. Kicks it to Dragic. Brent, certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought two ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense. Yeah. Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys. And it's guys like Kawhi Leonard, it's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball. Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gaps. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
Exum, he's checked in for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Sexton. The pass to Nunn. 5 to shoot. Miami no good on that time either. Cleveland leading by 21. Porter passes to Dellavedova. Brent, when constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max contracts. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
Incredible to say that, right,
It
Kevin?
is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James, whose $35 million contract might be worth 100.
I always thought about Jordan too, right? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was paid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation to have to put maximums on what it is that players can earn.
Porter, no luck. The Heat have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. On the wing, Nance. Back to Exum. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. There's the lob to the hoop, and Jones slams it home.
How about the awareness there for Butler? The D goes to sleep, and Jimmy finds the wide open man.
Porter kicks to Exum. Nance outside. There's Porter with the 3. Good on the triple. Porter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Exum, defended by Butler. Cuts off the pass.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Cavaliers.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even. And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Larry Nance.
Just a force on the glass, did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
Iguodala outside.
Cleveland foul call.
And as most of us expected, Andre Iguodala continues to be a huge factor for anybody that he plays for. With his athleticism waning just a little bit, it's his experience and know-how that impacts the game the most. Just being in the right spot at the right time, taking the right calculated gamble. Andre Iguodala still impacting games at his age.
Now here is Dellavedova. Shot clock at 5. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. And Bell kicks to Osman. Trying his luck from deep. Bangs home the trifecta.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Now Bell. Dishes it to Exum. From deep. Off on that one.
Iguodala getting his hands up and extending the arms to challenge the shooter.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. positive and improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
But Mike, I know you can't give away everything, but the big question has been, is next gen just going to be the same game but 2.0? What can you tell us?
It's absolutely not, Alexis, and I think that's something that we're so excited about is that, we've actually taken the current gen version of the game and we split development between VC Novato and our studio in LA called VC South. And so they've done a great job just taking that game to the next level while the team in Novato is focused on the
Up next,
it's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Miami, advantage in one series. And, of course, the Bulls. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And for the Heat, they've moved toward the postseason with one of the best records in the league. Safe to say, this is not where most people thought they'd be at this stage of the year.
Yet here they are, and at this point, you've got to think they're set up to make a serious run in the postseason.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Markkanen and Carter are up front, and it's White in at the 1 spot. And for Miami, Jones is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nunn in at the point guard position.
Looking at the Bulls roster, there is a lot to like. They have a great collection of talent, and their core players are all very young and improving.
Levine wide open. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Such great balance and rhythm on this shot. Zach LaVine making it look easy.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Nunn passes to Butler. And a miss there on the triple. And Steve, for the Bulls fans, their hopes lie in their young core.
Totally agreed. The Bulls should focus on developing that core. Have a good blend with Levine, Markkanen, and Carter. They just need to keep their eye on the prize.
Here's Jones after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Robinson for three. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
White drives in, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Steve, we know it's a long season for the players, but talk about the coaches.
Kevin, you've seen it. Those coaches that are on a hot seat, they have those bags under their eyes, no sleep. Those coaches that have a long contract and they're winning, they're pretty good. And I think the coaches that sleep well is the coaches that have teams that they know that kind of runs themselves.
Now here's Jones. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Excellent D there from Markkanen.
There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
White. Here's Carter.
With Wendell Carter Jr., you love the do-it-all ability, the understanding of the game.
It's his first trip to the line. That's good from Carter.
And even as a rookie, you could see the consistency game to game from Wendell Carter. Very dependable on the glass and on the scoreboard for a player so young.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And again, Miami with the triple.
Jimmy Butler, not a pure long-range shooter, but good enough to keep defenses honest.
Levine for three, score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries. And with Carter, he's only going to get better over the years.
The upside is easy to see. He always finds ways to contribute to this team. Not sure if he'll be a star, but he'll be a rock on the offense and defensive end for a long time.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. It's stolen by Adebayo. Jones against Porter. Outside Butler. To the paint. Here's Jones. And Jones with the stop.
Jimmy Butler is on it. Staying alert. Finds his man breaking free.
Carter dishes to Porter. White wide open. He fires. They grab their own miss. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now here's Butler. And in the game with Charlotte, he did not play well. Here's Jones. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got 5 rebounds tonight. Porter kicks to Carter. Levine for 3. The second chance effort. Here's Markkanen. Lays it up and banks it in.
For a stretch 4 who spends a lot of time on the perimeter, Markkanen does a good job attacking the offensive glass.
And Levine comes to help. So it's both teams making substitutions here. 52 seconds left to play in the first quarter. From downtown, Hero no good. Chicago leading by 3. Bean passes to Markkanen. Shoots over Dragic. Markkanen can't get it to go. He'd have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Here's Butler. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
I love his mindset on that drive, Jimmy Butler. No one wants to get in his way when he's on the attack.
It's Adebayo with the rebound. Here's Hero. Guarded by Levine. Shots good by Hero. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Levine inside the 3-point line. And the Bulls with another miss. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Miami ahead, leading by just one. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena.
Call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call me.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina, becoming an annual tradition as always here on 2K Sports, and always exciting. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified the right matchups, and the execution is there.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. They've got Young. Thomas Satoransky is out there with Dunn, and it's Cornette in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now, here's Satoransky. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Dunn kicks to Satoransky. And it's Miami with the rebound. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building. They were able to win it for the home fans.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
It's not unusual these days. Teams are more than willing to go deep into that bench to find answers for certain matchups.
Here's Cornette after the made shot from Jay Crowder. Cornette passes to Hutchison. Just 5 on the clock. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Here's Hero. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Hero's got the lead up to 9 now for the Heat.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
Well, when you watch Goran Dragic play, you can tell the precision that he has with his movement and footwork. But as pretty as his game is, he has a bit of edge to him. Very fiery player.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Chandler Hutchison. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Dunn. Here's Harrison. His last outing, he had 8 points. Yep, it goes in, and the Miami lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Satoransky.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Now, here's Dragic. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. And Smitty, as you alluded to with Dragic, he's gotten in more confrontations than you would think.
He's a scrapper and does whatever it takes to win. Reminds me of a little bit of John Stockton with that mentality. But that's exactly the kind of mindset you want from your lead guard. High percentage look. This is what your offense is designed to do.
Silva, the pass to Olynyk. Down low. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Harrison kicks to Young. Here's Harrison. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. But 3. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Defensively, it's hard to account for everything. They gambled off him, and it worked.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Here's Young after the made shot from Goran Dragic. And with that, the Heat lead is cut back down again to 5. The basket that time coming from Young. We've got 1:13 left to play here in the half. Olynyk dishes to Iguodala. Lets it go with a 3. No good there. And the Bulls going the other way now. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there. Young controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Young with the steal. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
White, he's checked in for Satoransky. Chicago trailing here.
And a 2-for-1 is there for them if they want it.
Often the way you end quarters has a big impact on the outcome of the game.
Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Robinson, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
So both teams changing it up here. Bulls trail by 4. Markkanen passes to Hutchison. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
White, good. White's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. Just 4 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Fires for 3, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. They never trailed by more than 3 points. And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. From a low drama perspective, Steve, which stars do you think would be the easiest to play alongside and be their teammate?
I think Kawhi Leonard for sure, Kevin. Doesn't say much, just goes out and plays. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jokic, a lot of those superstars. I think Paul George is another guy that goes out and just plays. So there's a few out there that would love to play alongside.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for Miami, Adebayo is out there with Jones. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson, and it's none in at point guard.
There's always been a level of savvy to Porter's game. Beautiful pass.
Now Robinson. He has 6. Jones in the post. He's guarded by Markkanen. On the basket by Jones.
Working against the size, he's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
And that's tough to do from the mid-range because help can come from anywhere, but he beats everyone to the punch.
Levine can't hit, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. Let's now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Butler.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Now Porter, after Zach LaVine missed from long range. Off target with the close range fadeaway. And Butler, here we go. And the layup's good off the glass. Butler's got the game tied up here for the Heat.
I love this about his game. Jimmy Butler recognizing the situation, playing foul line down.
To the inside, got a piece of it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games. Fourth, the Bulls.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
Here's Porter. It's hauled in by the Heat. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
And that one's good. Leonard
doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half. Where you always have confidence in the Heat organization is at the top. Pat Riley with 9 championship rings as a player, as an assistant coach, as a head coach, and as a team president. He knows how to win from every perspective. Ugly start to this half, hitting just 20% from the field. Gotta pick it up.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
It's good. Markkanen's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
There's just a smooth element to Markkanen's game. Nice move against good defense.
You're right, Steve. You look at Riley's career, most people are just looking to accomplish one of the things he's done.
Kevin, he has a great mind. He's incredibly driven. He understands how to motivate people, and he understands what's important to focus on.
Hill, no good.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
If Markkanen can do this, play a little bully ball from time to time, watch out.
You know, Smitty, you watch Markkanen. He's just built for the modern NBA.
Yes, he's an incredible weapon on the pick and pop with his shooting touch. You can see that being his go-to move, Kevin, for a long time.
The Bulls making a switch here. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Wendell Carter. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Porter. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Levine. And Chris Dunn subbed in for White. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, Jones. Over Young. The offensive rebound. Adebayo kicks to Jones. Good ball movement here by Miami. It's Robinson, top of the key. For the 3. Drains the three-pointer. Robinson's got 9.
Not just a knockdown shooter, he does a great job of finding space for his shot.
And Cornett gets it to go.
What I like is when Chris Dunn keeps his poise, keeps his eyes up, good things happen.
And Smitty, you talk about players who can just be vicious to the rim. Wow. Derek Jones is on that list.
Yes, he can dunk the ball with so much force. You feel the building shake. So scary when he's coming down the paint to catch a pass because of his insane leaping ability.
The Bulls making a switch here. Harrison's checked in. Here's Jones, and then Jones with the jam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
But the truth is, those type of plays are going to happen. You just have to regroup mentally and get back to work.
And so here is Miami. The Bulls getting the bucket. Harrison scanning the floor. For the lead, Dunn. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And the shot goes in. And it's 9 points for Jimmy Butler.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
There's Harrison. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Valentine. Launches it. Traps in the tray. Valentine's got it all tied up now for Chicago. That will count. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Third quarter comes to a close and a panel brings it to a tie. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. They've got Dunn, also Thomas Satoransky out there. Wendell Carter is out there with Harrison, and it's Hutchinson in at the 4 slot. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Chicago. Here's Satoransky, and they pick up 2. Satoransky's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Chicago. Miami trailing. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
That's the danger in guarding Jimmy Butler. The defense gets a little bit overzealous, and they foul him.
And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Chandler Hutchison. Porter comes in for Shaquille Harrison. And Levine subbed in for Dunn. Outside, Levine. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
And we've seen this before. Zach with the ability to put up points in bunches.
Back to Dragic. A shot, no good. Good work defensively by Carter. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now here's Iguodala. Outside Dragic. To the middle. Here's Crowder. Good work defensively by Carter.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Can't throw down the putback. The Heat trail by 7. And now here comes Iguodala leading the break. Got a piece of it.
And for Markkanen, contesting shots is not about explosive athleticism. It's about being in the right position and timing it right.
It's good on the putback.
And, you know, I think they need to send more bodies to the boards at the offensive end. They had a good thing going there in that first half.
Now here's Dragic. Outside Butler. Adebayo passes to Dragic. And he can't stop the run as he misses. The Bulls leading by 9. Porter dishes to Markkanen. Back to Porter. Butler with the steal. It's 2-on-1. The finish goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Zach LaVine.
You know what? This is a skill set to be able to take the bump and stay on balance after the initial contact.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Jones checked in for Crowder. Robinson is subbed in for Andre Iguodala. The Bulls making a change here as well. White, he's checked in for Satoransky. Now here is Carter. Outside, Porter passes it to White. Wants to get it to Butler and does. Here's Robinson. That's in coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got his 5th assist in this one.
Pretty tall point guard. Goran Dragic sees the entire floor. Terrific look.
Here's LaVine. Here's Carter. Back to LaVine. Just 5 to shoot. 3-pointer. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Jones. And the shot is good. Now just a 2-point Chicago lead.
Outstanding pass in transition there for the easy deuce.
Here's LaVine. Shooting foul. The coach's challenge has been issued. This game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. You're double-checking, and the game continues on.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Zach LaVine.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Alden.
During that break, Eric Spoelstra had some words for his team. He said, "This is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it." He really is fired up about this game.
Thank you, David. Porter passes to Carter. Here's White. And the Bulls with another miss.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
They get the rebound. Iguodala. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
The free throw line is something that Iggy needs to work on. He's hit or miss from there.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Carter, the pass to Levine. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Outside, Porter. Outside, Levine. And it's Dragic with the rebound. And so he'll bring it up for Miami. Robinson for 3. Porter pulls it in. And Levine here. Oh, my goodness!
Did you see
what a play?
Kevin? Unbelievable.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they tighten up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Big moment at the line. As poised as you get, this thing is done.
And so it's Chicago winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg.
and lower body fluid, and goaltend. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
On the next gen version, you're going to find that the next gen game is going to be everything that you have in the current gen version, but just so much more in terms of like what you can do. The breadth of the title is so much more. There's so much more content, so much. It just feels completely different. So it's a very different beast. And you know, if you have the means, I highly recommend to all our fans to save up for that next gen version because it's going to be a great one.
Now, Mike, with all this new tech.
Nightfall in the Windy City. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Drummond.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. And it's Drummond in at the pivot, manning the middle. And for Chicago, White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. And it's Carter in at the center. And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Levine, here we go. And it's sent back by Drummond. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Here's Garland. A three-pointer is right on target.
Oh, man, fantastic awareness from the big man. Drummond has an impressive understanding for when his guys have clean looks.
From deep three-point range. Nope, not that time. Nothing for two from the field. And now the fast break. Garland with the ball. Over White. Garland, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
You just see why Levine won the dunk contest in 2016. I mean, he has endless ups.
Now, here's Garland. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
To the paint. The slam dunk by Garland.
And there's the patience you want to see from Sexton. Eyes up and finds the open man.
Levine feeling it out a bit. And the three ball is good. Levine's got 5 now.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Chicago with the ball. The Cavaliers making the shot. White the pass to Porter. Back to White. Pass to Levine. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. With every position creating offense now, which big men do the best job of scoring off the bounce?
That's a good question. LaMarcus Aldridge in San Antonio, Coach Pop is giving him the freedom. And Joel Embiid, we sleep on him because he's 7 foot, but when he faces up in the post, he doesn't usually give you his back. He faces up, triple threat, gives you a jab step, a counter in and out, and gives you something nice. I mean, his ball handling ability is great for a 7-footer, and I like Embiid.
The Cavaliers on offense. They're on a 13-5 run here. 124 left in the first quarter. Good on the shot.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. They decided to pound the ball inside, using their physicality to set the tone.
Now, here's Porter. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Great positioning on the putback.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
The shot by Satoransky, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 12. Out to Nance. Now, here's Garland. Defended by Young. Here's Nance. And again, it's Cleveland.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
It's stolen by Nance. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And finished off by Porter.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
The pass to Garland. Here's Windler. It's deflected. And so it's Cleveland with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And as we returns Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And guys, the Cavaliers enjoying a nice lead here.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
So on the floor for Cleveland, Nance and Thompson are up front. Then it's Porter. Then there's Garland. And it's Windler in at the 2 spot.
We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The 4th pick back in 2011, Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
Here's Harrison. Thompson with the rebound. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Cleveland. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Garland kicks to Nance. Over Young. Trying to get open is Thompson. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians. But as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle. Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the point from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Nance outside. Out to Thompson. Unable to get that one. And the Bulls going the other way now. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And that one's good, Harrison. Cleveland leading by 14. Windler, the pass to Garland. And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. Lowry Marketing comes in for Young. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Harrison. And it's White in for Chris Dunn. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. 2 on the clock. And another miss by Cleveland. The Bulls have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And the Cavaliers this summer selecting point guard Darius Garland with the 5th overall pick. The second-year man, Colin Sexton, already on the roster. Greg, how do you see the fit between these two players?
Well, I mean, both are 6'2". The questions will come at the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, both show great promise as shooters, very scoring-minded guards, reminiscent possibly of a Lillard-McCollum pairing for the Blazers, which could be a roadmap for the Cavs.
White. Porter pulls it in.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Sexton's shot is good.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Now here's Valentine. D right on him. 1:53 left in the first half. Here's Porter. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And that's just sweet from Porter, making use of any shot the defense gives up to him.
Porter looking it over. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And Porter comes to help. Porter passes to Valentine. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You look at Chicago. Their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens. And checking out Cleveland, and they're down 4 spots from them.
And looking at Chicago, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
No, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating to everyone, the players, the coaches, the fans. I mean, there was the idea that they might struggle, but now reality is setting in.
Porter against Porter. Porter dishes to Sexton. Cleveland moving it around. Here's Windler. No good on the triple. Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Magic in Orlando. Here's Valentine. They get it back. Carter outside. Now here's Valentine. Guarded closely. Another shot. Nance with the rebound.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
And the jam by Larry Nance.
I tell you what, Nance plays with a force every night. Explosive, tough, fearless.
It's Porter outside, and oh, he hits the buzzer beater. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers holding a big 18-point lead.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of it's Cleveland out on top at halftime. They are in control of this game. Up. And that'll...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Chris, at that free throw line, there's a lot of chirping, isn't there, among the players around the lane. It just seems like their mouths are always moving. A lot of chirping.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, for the ones that aren't sucking there and are tired, they're talking to each other. It's the only real break in action, and there's times, too, you get to see what has happened a few of the plays before, so you get to bust the guy up with some jokes or just flat out talking trash. And sometimes guys are saying, I hate to tell you this, but sometimes the guys are going, man, listen, I'm so tired. He's going to make this free throw. Don't push me too hard on this. I got to get this free throw.
They say that, huh?
Oh, yeah. Especially to the guys. I remember saying that to Ben Wallace one time. He was my rookie, and I was like, listen, man, you know Legs is going to make this free throw, man. Come on, don't push me all the way into the basket. You'd have a good
What was the
laugh.
response?
He pushed me into the basket.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Bulls. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. And it's Carter in at the 5. Inside. No good on the shot. Good D by Drummond. And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. 7-game road trip continues for them. That'll be game number 3. Cleveland shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And on the season, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
So for the Bulls, Chandler Hutchison comes in for Porter, and Satoransky's subbed in for White. Pass to Markkanen. Over Love. Here's Carter, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
An 0 for 3 start to the first half is finally behind them. I mean, now maybe they can get something rolling.
Sexton deciding where to go with it. To the wing right side. Drummond finds Sexton. And he converts the layup. Sexton's got 6.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Selected with the 8th pick back in the 2018 draft, Colin Sexton, the main reward for the Cavs, Greg, after the Kyrie Irving trade.
Sexton wearing the same number 2 jersey as Irving doesn't feel the need to measure up to expectations created by Kyrie. Cavs fans, though, hope he does.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. 8 points for him.
You got to respect Sexton's scoring ability. The closer he gets inside, the more effective he is.
Pulls up on the wing. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded. And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, that's why he's hot. He's playing with a lot of confidence. That's why they're going to him with such consistency.
Here's Levine, and the jam by Levine.
Looking comfortable in the pick-and-roll action. Levine just taking what he sees in these sets.
Now Sexton. 11 points in the game. He kicks it to Garland. And again, it's Cleveland.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D struggling to keep up.
Back to Levine. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Oh, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Wendell Carter. Young comes in for Lauri Markkanen. Shaquille Harrison, he's checked in for Chandler Hutchison. And it's done in for Satoransky. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Bulls making a change here. Porter's checked in. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And see, Webb, you talk to the Bulls fans, and they are eager for a return to greatness.
Yeah, GA, it's been a long time since the Jordan era, and Bulls fans know it. But you know, GA, the Bulls have a very loyal group of fans. Their patience has been tested, though, but this team needs results.
Pass to Windler. Over in the corner, Osman. Windler, the pass to Drummond. He doesn't hit that one, so the Bulls will take it the other way. To the paint, here's Harrison. 2 free throws coming up, and now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Shot from the wing. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Cavaliers lead by 18. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. They've got Tristan Thompson. He's out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Windler in at the point guard. And it's White missing. The Cavaliers leading by 20. Outside, Porter. With the G League growing by leaps and bounds, one is now being brought to Mexico City, Chris.
I mean, first of all, let's go back to last season. Did you see how crazy those fans were in Jurassic Park in Toronto?
Yeah, they love it.
Can you imagine Mexico? Oh, my
They'll
God. This
would
be
be great.
It. Mexico City, yeah. Let's bring everyone in, all the fans in. And what I really love is that it's for the home fan base. So when I think of the Toronto Raptors, I think about the city of Toronto. I think about Canada and how it's theirs. And even though we're one league, that team is theirs, and they take that pride on, and it just brings so much more excitement. Can you imagine all the people in Mexico City being excited for their team? Oh, I want to be at one of the first games when that happens because I know the crowd is going to be sick. It's going to be crazy. I want to be there.
Young's shot is off. The Cavaliers have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. To the left side wing. Windler, the pass to Osman. Drummond trying to get himself free. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
No, because it's gone dead silent in this arena. What a fantastic performance here on the road.
And here are the Cavaliers. They've got an 8-0 run. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Here's Windler. White covering. And Porter comes to help. But they'll get another chance. Here's Osman. To the inside. Here's Windler. Porter kicks to Osman. Drummond trying to get himself free. And that one's good. Osman.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Harrison. And again, Chicago. No good. And so it's Drummond with it. He'll bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Starter in this league for almost a decade, Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
And the jump shot Love possesses is a weapon. He's dangerous, man. He's a dangerous threat from the mid-range.
Dunn dishes to Young. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I can watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. It's so many better and different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, that's your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have through some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it.
1:06 left in the fourth quarter. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Cavaliers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even. And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Drummond.
He showed what it takes to be a great rebounder tonight. Fighting for position, boxing out, never getting outworked down low.
Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for the Bulls. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. It's Drummond with the drive. Kicks it out to Love. Dishes it to Garland. Drummond, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game, a sustained effort across the board.
Here's Satoransky off the mark.
And the passion Sexton plays with is so impressive.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.
body fluidity. And goaltend. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
With all this new technology, what does that mean for gameplay in NBA 2K21 for the next generation?
Yeah, and that's, whenever we have a new console year, that's something that always excites us as developers because we're always able to look and kind of dream bigger. And for us, it just meant, faster processing and meant more memory. Just the ability to do things that we couldn't do in last generation. And so for us, it's...
We come to you tonight from the shores of Wick. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. Taking a look at Miami. They've had a great season. We'll look to extend that into the playoffs. And checking out Cleveland, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And right now for Miami, they've moved toward the postseason with one of the best records in the league. Safe to say, this is not where most people thought they'd be at this stage of the year.
Well, there really was no way you could have predicted they'd have this kind of season. The only people that aren't surprised are the players and the coaches themselves.
So here's Miami's starting group. Jones is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson. And it's Nunn in at the point. And for Cleveland, Sexton and Osman on the perimeter. Andre Drummond is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Garland in at the point guard. Jones, second chance shot. Makes it off the glass.
Boy, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
And certainly not the most gifted NBA athlete, but Kevin Love Doris has transformed his body from the time he came into the NBA.
That had everything to do, Kevin, with dedication to diet and conditioning. You think about it, Kevin Love was at the forefront of using yoga and other core-focused training methods. That's part of the reason he's been able to hold his own inside, even as he's dropped weight.
Now Butler. After Darius Garland missing on that last three-pointer. Count that bucket.
Boy, this play is perfectly in sync. Butler gets just the space he needs.
Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
So fun for us as the fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future, what these teams, what these individual players could be like. Here's Sexton. The Heat getting the bucket. Now the feed to Love. And Jones pulls it down.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
And it's the Heat on the break. Free throw line jump shot. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Now here's Sexton. 26 points for him last game against Chicago.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
Robinson misses.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And there's Sexton. That's good on the assist by Drummond.
Okay, the initiative from the young bull, Colin Sexton, as some like to call him. How about that drive?
Passes it to Nunn. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the first. Jones against Love. Shoots from 12. Kept alive. Jones, the pass to Robinson. Good ball movement here by the Heat. 5 on the clock. Adebayo kicks to Robinson. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Obviously, times have been quite tough lately, but you have to think back to Cleveland's first and only title in 2016. LeBron's second season back in the city, and boy, did he deliver on his promise.
Stolen by Robinson. Butler passes to Adebayo. Outside Robinson. Beyond the arc. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the middle. Here's Osman. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And Kevin, what you love about this is there's an unselfish nature to Kevin Love's game, and I believe that's contagious.
Butler feeling out a bit. Here's Nunn. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Yeah, easy call.
The Heat shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And a new group in for the Heat. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Crowder comes in for Jones. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Butler. And it's Dragic in for Robinson.
Boy, the suffocating defense of Andre Iguodala is so important to his team. Really good job timing the shot there.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about how it...
Feelings are different for everybody, to tell you the truth.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there, and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Nance and Thompson are up front. Then there's Garland. Then it's Porter. And it's Windler in at the shooting guard.
Thompson, he has such a low, wide base. He is near impossible to fully box out. Well, just tremendous composure on the interior. Read the defense, take advantage of the situation, and deliver.
Now here's Nance. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Bulls in Chicago.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix. They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Porter outside. They get it again.
You know, 2 things happened there. Excellent coverage on the shot, and then finish the possession securing the boards.
The Heat making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. And here's Dragic. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 3-pointer. Larry Nance comes up with the rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 6.
You know what I love about Larry Nance Jr.? This guy came into the league as a tremendous athlete, but his skill set just keeps improving. The passing, the shooting, I love it.
And Crowder with the basket on the assist by Iguodala. Crowder's got his first bucket in this one. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now, here's Garland. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Windler's got his first 3 points of the game. And a quality defender. Larry Nance doesn't need Doris the ball to impact the game.
No doubt, Kevin, because he's willing to rebound the ball out of his area. He's willing to be a high motor guy on the defensive end. His activity is always a big lift to this team.
Buries it from three-point range. Dragic has got the lead up to 8 now for the Heat.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And no good that time. Porter with the steal. A minute 50 left to play in the first half. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
There's the pass to Crowder. It's stolen by Nance. Here's Windler. Thompson. And there's Thompson putting it right back in.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Now here's Dragic. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte. Iguodala dishes to Dragic. Pass to Hero. Clock at 6. From deep, Iguodala. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Porter. He's averaging 10 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
And Thompson kicks to Porter. Down low, Leonard with the steal. They're running. Outside, Dragic. Adebayo passes to Butler. He gets that one. Butler's got his second basket.
Boy, Butler took a pretty good hit there, but has the strength and the coordination to finish it. That's pretty.
Sexton with it. Leonard picks him up. Thompson left side. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. 6 points for Tristan Thompson.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Dragic the pass to Adebayo. Outside Butler. The baseline J. Here's Adebayo. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that's it. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was... And...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what we've seen from Jones.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
Really putting his handprint on this game. You love the hustle. You love the work ethic he has had on display.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Jimmy Butler is out there with Jones. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Robinson. And it's Nunn in at the 1. No doubt passing is a premium for this team game of the NBA. We love the individual star power, but it is a team game. Are there any playmakers out there that don't get, Doris, you think, enough credit for all that they do for their team?
Well, the first guy that comes to mind is a man that Steve Kerr described as probably the smartest single basketball player he has ever been around, and that's Andre Iguodala. The numbers in terms of his scoring, obviously not eye-popping, but his incredible defense and then his elite passing skills have been so critical to so many championship teams.
And Love's got the ball here for Cleveland, trailing by 2. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. That sets off a 5-game tour for him. Here's Jones, and then Jones with the jam.
Well, this is why Butler has become a real threat on the offensive end. Yes, he's a great scorer, but he is equally capable and adept at finding the open guy.
Now, here's Garland. And the layup falls.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Picked him clean. Now Cleveland moving it up. Love's running. Sexton dishes to Drummond. Back to Sexton. Love trying to break loose. They get it back. And Drummond kicks to Garland. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Garland's got 4 points in the quarter. Here's Nunn. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Outside Butler. Just 5 on the clock. Buries it down low. Butler's got 6.
See, Jimmy Butler is able to move with a certain level of force coming off the screen, and because he does, he gets the separation he needs.
Now here's Love. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Sexton. Garland with it. Lays it up off the glass. Garland's got the game tied up here for Cleveland.
They are just killing them on the interior.
For Miami, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Over to the left wing. Robinson kicks to Butler. From deep. None. That's good. He's got 5.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Well, they say players are made in the summertime, and that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of year. He calls it grimy season, gets out in the country, and puts in that work.
Jones in the post. 8 points for him. Butler from outside. Love grabs the board.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
It's stolen by Jones. Pass to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
And Greg, those summertime workouts for Butler, they are something.
I mean, they sure are. He calls them bandanas and buckets. Grows his hair out, 2-a-days, hot yoga, intentionally isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. It gives him an excuse to really just lock in.
Now, here's Sexton. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond is so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Jones against Love. Passes to Adebayo. Over Drummond. They can't stop the run with that one. Here's Sexton, and there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Well, Colin Sexton's ability to dribble drive is probably his greatest asset. What a pretty move.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Cavaliers lead by 4. And right after... And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Nance and Thompson are up front. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Exum, and it's Porter at the small forward. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now Exum. Dragic comes with the double team. Thompson finds Nance. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, Larry Nance Jr. using that shot fake so effectively to get the defense off their feet.
Both free throws good from Nance. The Heat trail by 8. Here's Hero. From deep three-point range. Thompson with the rebound.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Nance against Leonard. Nance in the post, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
And the pass to Thompson. Now here is Dellavedova. He's guarded by Dragic. And here's Exum. Drops in the layup for 2. Exum's got the lead, back up to 8 now for Cleveland.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Olynyk giving the defense no time to react. Quick catch and shoot.
Now here's Exum. And Cleveland again with the bucket. Dragic with it. Pass to Hero. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Olynyk the pass to Dragic. Shot clock at 5. Here's Hero. Off target from outside.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Three-pointer, Dellavedova. It's hauled in by the Heat. Here's Hero. Good on the three-point shot.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Pass to Porter. And finished off by Porter.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Here's Hero. Back to Leonard. Dragic left side. Passes it to Olynyk. Offensive rebound. Heat moving the ball around. Here's Hero. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Dragic comes with the double team. Now the pass to Thompson. 1:07 left to play here in the fourth. Basket good. And now it's a 9-point Cavalier lead.
Yeah, that's a fantastic job by Thompson. Really a perfect pick and roll man who's very skilled at diving to the cup.
pass to Hero. He kicks to Olynyk. Here's Dragic from outside. The shot comes out, and Cleveland the other way now. Now Exum. Inside, Olynyk with the steal.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
And I'll tell you, Greg, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
Again, the miss by the Heat.
He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
And Cleveland can just let the clock run down here. And Nance kicks to Thompson. Pass to Exum. Here's Dellavedova. Order outside. Offensive rebound.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending.
I think the big next step you're going to see is just immediately when you play the game, it's going to feel completely different. From there, we're able to just add so much more on top of that to make it feel even better. So,
all right, let's talk specific modes. Anything new that you can tell us about?
Well, we didn't want to unveil too much new stuff today with new modes. But one thing I will say is that fans of the WNBA are going to be very excited for what we're bringing to the table with Next Gen.
Obviously,
before we get going? Sure can. All right, DA, thanks. As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Miami. Advantage in one series. And, of course, there's the Bulls. They're looking to salvage what they can of the season.
And right now for Miami, they've had a tremendous year. There were a lot of people waiting for them to take that tumble late in the season. Well, those people might be waiting for a little while longer.
Well, tumbles happen in gymnastics class, not with this team. I can say that for sure. All that's left to wonder about is how deep a run this team's going to make.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, they've got Jimmy Butler. Jones is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in at the point guard position. And for Chicago, Markkanen and Carter are up front. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. And it's White in at the 1 spot.
Butler is just hard to guard inside. Really good at using his body to create contact against the defense at the basket.
And you look at Jimmy Butler. Goes about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
Now here's Levine. One of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's White. 20 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando.
As passing another high point in that game, he made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Here's Robinson. The Bulls getting the bucket. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. 6 to shoot. From deep. It's hauled in by the Bulls. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You see Zach LaVine in the Bulls uniform, and it's hard not to think of the trade that sent him here. It was a big part of the deal that sent Jimmy Butler out of Chicago.
And with Levine and the Butler trade, there were a lot of critics at the time. But you know what, Greg? It's worked out for the Bulls.
And Kevin, the Bulls took a chance with Levine, and he's developed into a bright young star. Took another risk giving him a big contract after the injury, but he's come back better and stronger since then.
Chicago with the ball after the Heat pick up 2. Outside, White. To the middle. Here's Carter. And good that time.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Outside, Robinson. The pass to Nunn. Launches a 3. Offensive rebound. Passes it to Robinson. Second shot opportunity. And no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. White drives in. Misses in close.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And the basket by Jones.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And White kicks to Levine. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Otto Porter. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's right around 13 points a night, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Here's Butler, and it's Butler with the jam.
And you got to admire Butler. I mean, when he's got space to rise up for the finish, he does not hesitate.
Here's Hutchison. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Dunn looking over the floor. Here's Hutchison, defended by Butler. And it's Carter missing. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for the Miami Heat. Trailing by 2. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them. Got a hand on it.
And blocking shots mostly about will and desire. Markkanen showing he has it on that one.
Here's Satoransky, and he uses the glass on the layup. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Hero. His three-pointers off the mark. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And Thomas Satoransky against the whistle that time. That's his first foul. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Carter. Young comes in for Markkanen. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Chandler Hutchison. And it's Harrison in for Satoransky. The Heat also changing it up. Olenek, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Myers-Leonard comes in for Crowder. And it's Iguodala in for Jimmy Butler.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Dragic. Done with some nice D. Loads it up for Young. But they recover it. Back to Valentine. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Chicago Bulls with their lead standing at... You learn about Jimmy Butler. Difficult journey to where he is now.
Basketball. That's that. Always.
Well, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remains so devoted to the game.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
We've got Chris Dunn, Valentine out there with Young, and it's Cornett in at the 5 down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And the movement to bring the NBA back to Seattle, the Pacific Northwest. Brent, you played there half a decade. I know you've got fond memories. How much does that city love the NBA?
The Seattle fans are incredible and I don't know how much,
knowledgeable.
Yes, and how much longer do we have to keep talking about how we want a team in Seattle?
One of the great cities in this country.
A fantastic place to play, to live, and the city is starved to get the Sonics back up there in the green and gold.
And they'll support it.
Oh, there's no question about it. So the time is ticking, and everybody's excited about the opportunity in the near future for the team to return.
And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. White, he's checked in for the Bulls. And Miami with a change here, too. Nunn's checked in. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Pass to Olenek. Here's Nunn. White covering. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And let's check out a breakdown looking at some data for White. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. 8th in scoring and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And you noted it. His points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. When people talk about a player's mileage limit, do you think total games is the most accurate assessment in that?
I don't think so, Kevin.
What is it?
It's the amount of minutes that the players play.
Yeah.
I mean, there are...
And that athleticism has always been a big part of Levine's game. He makes dunking look easy.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And it's blocked.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
The shot's good.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Here's Crowder. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. You look at guys like Otto Porter, Greg. He just brings so much with his consistent outside jumper.
And guys, he's shot threes at a tremendous clip the last few seasons. I mean, really for his whole career. Sometimes can be a bit passive, so you just make sure he's involved and looking for his shot.
And Miami making a change here. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. Number one, the Bulls.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Oh, and here comes Dragic all alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Dragic on the break. You never know what he's going to do, but luckily for his team, he made an outstanding move there.
And it's good, 2 points.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Yeah, just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
Good work there as it goes.
Butler's just so skilled at finding ways to score inside. Utilizes his height and strength well and varies that release point.
Levine against Dragic. Here's Porter, and the rejection by Iguodala.
Iguodala demonstrating his defensive prowess yet again. Superb reach on that block.
Good defensive work there by Young.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Butler, down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Good anticipation there from Iguodala, who is a very good passer.
The feed to Young. Iguodala with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. And slam dunk by Butler.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Outside, Levine. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And in flashes, Levine has shown he can be a star. Now, he has to put it all together on a consistent basis.
So, Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Carter, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. Markkanen comes in for Thaddeus Young. Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for Porter. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Satoransky. Then for the Heat, Adebayo is checked in for Leonard. Jones comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Hero subbed in for Robinson. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Right side, Levine. It's blocked. Here's Hero. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. For Miami, they have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Both good from the line that time. Six seconds left now here in the second. Here's Hutchison. And So it's Chicago in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Chicago holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They have a solid 8-point lead. And that'll do it.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. They've got Jones. He's out there with Jimmy Butler. Adebayo is out there with Robinson. And it's none in at the point. 6 on the shot clock. The offensive rebound.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Porter in the corner. Kicks to Markkanen. Shoots from 14. He's off on that one. And Miami the other way now. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Porter's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Bulls. Here's Butler, and it's Butler with the jam.
And he has been running circles around the defense, and it's a different playing field now with Butler being on.
Markkanen passes to Porter. And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. Chicago making a switch here. Valentine's checked in. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Levine for 3. Drains the three-pointer. Levine's got 12 points in the game.
And masterful possession from Levine. He's so lethal at shooting once he catches.
Hill inside. Over Valentine. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Carter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Levine can't hit.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And it's sent back by Carter.
So far, Kevin, the third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Valentine with it. He's against Hill. There's Levine. Nice shot from the wing. Levine's got 5 points now this quarter. Player development, not just a coach's job, Brent, something you're active in right now. And, there are some players who are playing career, who are terrific mentors and teachers on teams.
There's no doubt about it that there are guys. I think about first what Vince Carter has provided to the teams he's been around in the past couple seasons. Zach Randolph, to some degree, was doing that as he moved from Memphis to Sacramento. But there are guys who are still players and that are on the floor contributing and doing big things like Chris Paul and Mike Conley that are such huge attributes to an organization when they start to introduce the changeover in their roster or the next phase of their team. You've got to give a lot of kudos and appreciate the fact that players who've been that great for that long accept and willingly accept, Kevin, the role of teaching young guys and paying it forward.
And role players that have been like Calderon and Haslam, who have not been stars, but have been important parts of their organization.
Also, tremendous examples of what it means to be a professional day in and day out. If your responsibilities aren't as great as the top 4 or 5 players, there's still things you can do to make your team better on a daily basis. Those are 2 great names, Kevin.
Good ball movement here by the Heat. Carter against Leonard. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
To the inside. Here's Carter. It's deflected. Pass to Hill. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Zach Levine.
Hill's smart about taking quality shots. He can play either forward position. It's a nice bit of versatility for a coaching staff.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. To the left wing, here's Harrison. And again, no good by Chicago.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
So much talk about 48 minutes. The team with the lead letting its guard down now.
Satoransky's checked in for Luke Cornett. And Miami also making a switch. Nunn's checked in. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Three-pointer, Crowder. Harrison with the rebound. Chicago leading by 6. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Silva, the pass to Adebayo.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
Dunn kicks to Satoransky. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we... How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. They've got Thomas Satoransky. He's out there with Chris Dunn. Harrison out there with Young. And it's Hutchinson in at the power forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Here's Hero. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, that's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Satoransky, the pass to Harrison. Back to Satoransky. And there's the pass to Harrison for 3. Miami grabs the miss. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Hero. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. From 11 feet away. Shot by Crowder, no good. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Chicago. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Pass to Hutchison. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 7.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Here's Nunn. Rejected by Young. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. Pass to Satoransky. The kick out to Young. Here's Hutchison. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. And it's a 9-point Bulls lead. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Silva, the pass to Hero. Adebayo with the ball. Satoransky covering. Pass to Silva. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And he finishes nicely on the way. Hutchinson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, shot out of a cannon on that possession. Good look up court.
And again, the turnover by the Heat.
Well, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Young. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Shaquille Harrison. And Levine checked in for Dunn. Chicago making some changes. Markkanen comes in for Chandler Hutchison. And it's White in for Satoransky. And White kicks to Levine. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. The Heat trail by 11. And here is Butler. Dragic left side from outside the arc. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
White the pass to Markkanen. Over Dragic. They get the rebound. It's good on the putback. And the Bulls lead by 15.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
There's 1:38 left in the fourth. Misses and the dry spell continues. The Bulls have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Here's Porter. Drains it from 17 feet out. Porter's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Bulls.
One of the areas that has been critical for them, the second chance points we've seen from them tonight.
A huge factor in this one, Kevin. The hustle on the offensive glass, the willingness to go after those rebounds, that was key.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season. A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Wendell Carter.
I liked his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around. Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
Here's Dunn. Excellent D that time from Jones.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And it's Chicago with the rebound. 17 points was their biggest margin. The 3 from Valentine. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
On the wing, Porter. Over Butler. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Bulls lead by 18.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. That shot off. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were...